catch up with Youngstown sports, I tune in to Western Reserve Radio, WRDB, The Scourge.
Please stand by for a special presentation of Western Reserve Radio at westernreserveradio.com on the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
And we welcome you to the Tim Hortons Iceplex here in Rochester, New York, one last time as we get ready to wrap up this special President's Weekend Power Play Tournament as the Canton-Akron Jets, they get ready for Game 4 as they will prepare to take on the Allegheny Badgers. Hello, everyone. Jim Craven with you along with Caitlin Moe. Be joining me here shortly as we get ready for the finale of this weekend. Jets coming into this game at 30-12-1. And they would drop their game yesterday, the late game, as they would take on the Scarborough Bruins. They would drop that one by a score of 4-0. Of course, the story with that game would have been the incredible amount of penalties, as it would be 22 minutes for Canton-Akron. It would be 28 for the Scarborough Bruins. All those penalties coming from the latter half of the second period and into the third period. But nonetheless, Canton-Akron, they get shut out by a score of 4-0. For the Allegheny Badgers, they came into this weekend at 27-3-1, 142 goals for, 47 against. They are playing out of the Pittsburgh Amateur Hockey League. They were last in action last weekend prior to this tournament. They got wins over the Pittsburgh Aviators and the Pittsburgh Yetis by a score of 93 and 7-2, respectively. Scores from yesterday here at this tournament. It would start early in the morning as Allegheny and Scarborough, they would skate to a 3-3 tie. And in the afternoon, CAK, they would get the 2-0 win over the Flyers Youth Program. Mount Lebanon Hornets, they would defeat this very same Allegheny Badgers by a score of 4-2. And the Flyers Youth Program would drop one to Mount Lebanon by a score of 4-1. Both teams on ice now warming up as we take a look at the USHL scoreboard. Of course, Western Reserve Radio on the Live 365 app, and TuneIn is your home for the Youngstown Phantoms. USHL action on Sunday yesterday. It would be Madison getting the 4-1 win over Des Moines. Dubuque with the 4-3 win over Cedar Rapids. Fargo would knock off Sioux Falls by a score of 3-2. That going into overtime and in a shootout. The Youngstown Phantoms, they get out of Chicago with the sweep. They get the 2-1 win over the Steel. We're going to step aside for a timeout. When we come back, Puck drop here in Rochester. One last time here on President's Day. You're listening to Canton-Akron Jets Hockey on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand scores! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. And Torrey Krug were stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @collegehockey.
Champions of the college hockey world! Nina's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
Moments away from puck drop here in Rochester, New York, as the Canton-Akron Jets and the Allegheny Badgers will have their first meeting of the season. Canton-Akron will be back in action next Saturday at 12 o'clock at home at the Center Heights Sports Complex in Jackson Township, Ohio. We look to go on the air just about 11:45, depending on how the schedule is going. Today, it looks like we are running relatively on time, scheduled for 9:20, 9:23, so not so bad, other than the immense cold and wind here in Rochester, New York. Of course, back at home in the Youngstown area here, there was some snow as well, especially up in the Trumbull County area. As Dave Ferris said, they got, he believes, about a half a foot of snow. But in the Poland area, Struthers area, it seems like about an inch and a half. So, as I told him, it is location, location, location. Jets looking forward to the Buckeye Cup here in a couple of weeks. That tournament will be played in Strongsville. Brunswick Auto Mart Arena, it is now called, not OBM anymore, as I'm amazed with myself that I got that right.
Bam.
Or as we call it, BAM. Nonetheless, that will be the tournament what could punch the ticket to the national level for the Canton-Akron Jets. That tournament will be played out on the West Coast. I believe that is to be determined based on facilities and the situation out there in California with the fires. It could be in California, it could be in Texas. And as cold as it's been here, Texas doesn't sound bad. Both teams making their way to the ice. It'll be Ethan Bell, Owen Everhart, Tyler Benson, Angel Nikolov, and Brendan Hostler to start this one for Canton-Akron. Connor Mold in the net to our left, and we're going to have a whistle already at the drop. And there's some encroachment in the circle. We'll drop it again. Try to get you a number for the netminder to our right. As this time we will get a good drop as Everhart trying to work it way into the offensive zone. We're going to have an offside already. 7 seconds into this game. And we'll drop this one just outside the Jets' offensive zone, right in front of the Allegheny bench. Everhart trying to work in here, loses balance. He'll regain it, and puck will get chipped down behind the net. That's Trice. We'll try to send it around the kick plate. However, loose to the far side as Allegheny now work through center ice. And they'll be content to chip this one down. They'll go for a change. with 13:29 left here in the first period. If you're just joining us here at the Tim Hortons Iceplex in Rochester, New York. Gross had the puck taken away by Ethan Bell. Bell with the shot, going to be knocked away. And Allegheny going to recover and try to clear the zone. I'm told in the net for Allegheny, it's going to be Nicholas Daniels Nimick. As Rossi nicely now making his way onto the ice. Had an opportunity, had some speed, but had the angle taken away by the Allegheny defense. Gage Weaver on the ice as well. Hannenberg and Nikolov defensively for the Jets. Puck tied up in the corner. We head out to Nikolov. Nikolov going to take the shot. And a nice glove save by Nimick. We'll drop this one to the left of the Allegheny netminder. Not especially friendly broadcast jerseys from Allegheny, but white on gray and kind of small, to be quite honest. Allegheny with possession now, trying to get out of their defensive zone. They'll bring it through center ice. And it'll be Ferguson. Ferguson trying to feed it into the slot to Dibble. Couldn't make the connection. And they'll tie it up into the corners. Craven in nicely. Will cause the chaos. It'll come loose. Back out to the blue line. Allegheny going to take a shot from the point. Covered up by Mold. 12:21 left here first period. Game 4 of the Rochester Presidential Weekend Power Play Tournament. And the Jets going to go for a change. As it'll be Hunka now taking the draw for CAK to the left of Connor Mold. Puck loose now along the board. Get out to the blue line. They'll take the shot. It's going to go wide right of the cage. Tracked down by Barbieri. Send it around the boards. And right out to the blue line. They'll take another shot here as Hannenberg will chip it back up the board, but shot on goal again for Connor Mold. Blocker side save this time. Puck now behind the goal line. They'll work it around to the near side. Hunka harassing the Allegheny offense. And Lucas Black now trying to chip it through center ice. But Allegheny will regain, and they will chip it into the CAK bench. We'll get the whistle. 11:43 left here, first period. Jets 1-2 on the weekend. They get the 2-0 win over the Flyers youth program. Very fast team. As they'll drop this one just outside of the Allegheny defensive zone. Hunka for the face-off. He'll go down, and it'll be offside. And we'll do it again. Same spot, same people. This time we'll get it right, and it'll be Hayburn. We'll send this one D to D. They'll try to work it forward into the out to center ice. Hayburn now from the near side. Nobody there. 3 blue jerseys in front of him. And a shot from the circle. Knocked away by Connor Mold. Another shot. Going to go wide left of the cage for Allegheny. And Compton going to send this one around the boards to the far side. It'll be Hayburn taking a bump from Lucas Black. Shot from the blue line by Luptak. And loose down into the circles here to the right of Connor Mold. As Emmerling will come in and cause some chaos. They'll send it back out to Horrell. Out at the blue line. He'll try to keep it in. It'll just head out to center ice. Allegheny will have to reset. Puck, they're going to drift all the way back as CP came in to knock that puck away. They'll work to the inside. Lucas Black trying to make a play, trying to send it back to Hunk in the slot, but couldn't get through the traffic. Action down now in the lower right corner to us as puck will come loose. Max Campbell tried to keep it in, but he'll be backed up by Hunka. Hunka going to chip it all the way down behind the goal line. The CAK going to go for the line change. Deacon Johnson and Mario Stachowski to the ice for Canton-Akron. They'll fight down in the slot. And he'll head out to the blue line. Emmerling going to take a shot. Going to go off the boot of an Allegheny player. Will be picked up by Max Campbell. And he will chip this one down, but it'll be offside. Canton-Akron will make the defensive change. Nikolov and Hostler back on board. Sanders to take the face-off against Gross. Sent back into the Jets defensive zone, picked up by Allegheny. Down the board. Hostler tried to keep it in there, but it'll head down behind Connor Mold. Nikolov trying to work it up the board. Too much on that pass. And Sanders now sending it across ice. He'll get out to Deacon Johnson. Johnson Down the near far board, got Stashowski in the slot looking for the pass, but he'll lose the puck, and it'll be sent out around the boards and picked up by Allegheny. Back and forth here as Hostler, now the defenseman, takes a shot from the blue line, but a glove save and covered up by Nick Daniels-Nimick with 9:38 left here, first period. No score. You're in our last game of the weekend from Rochester, New York. You're on President's Day. If you're a government worker, I'm sure you're off. If you have a real job, you're probably at work. Puck drop to the left of Nimick. And if you're a hockey parent, well, you're in Rochester, New York. Ethan Bell from the upper right corner, trying to work his way out. He'll get tied down. And it'll be Dieter trying to force it back out to the blue line. And Nikolov working around Ferguson. And Allegheny with the recovery through the neutral zone. And it'll be Dibble, but he can't make it through three blue jerseys. Everhart now down the near board. Odd man rush. He'll take the shot. Pad save by Nimick. Follow-up attempt by Nikolov, but he couldn't get all of it. Nikolov now going to have the puck poked away by Dibble. And the Badgers will go for a change. Nikolov from behind the net of Connor Mold trying to set it up. And he's going to chip this one right into the belly of Compton. And a bad pass, and it's going to be a pad save by Connor Mold. With 8:41 left here, he'll lock this one down. But Jackson Hayburn with the opportunity there in the slot. But he won't get it past the junior out of Poland Seminary High School. They'll drop this one to the right of Mold. Craven to take the face off for Canton-Akron. And he'll head down into the corner. Emmerling chipping it up the board. Try to get it to Rossi nicely. Hayburn, though, from the far side. Working around the boards. Craven on the angle. Trying to take the stop away. Shot going high. And it'll be a glove save by Connor Mold. Probably could have let that one go. Probably wouldn't have went into the net. But Connor Mold, just about 6 foot, I would guess. About 6'1". On skates, about 6'3". Hunka to take the face off to the left of Mold. And back out to the blue line. Allegheny trying to chip it down into the circle. It'll be Hayburn. Hayburn turning and shooting. And high sticking going to be the call against the Badgers. We'll bring this one out to center ice. And then Hayburn will head to the box for 2 minutes. 8:22 left here in the first period. Jackson Hayburn with the first penalty of the day. ZAK on the draw, win this one. Everhart from the blue line. First power play unit out for Canton-Akron. Everhart walking the blue line, takes a shot right into the belly of Nimick. It's going to come loose, and it's going to go in. Nimick thought he had it. It came out of his glove. And Canton-Akron with the follow-up. Buries one. And trying to see who we're going to credit with that. I believe that's going to be Ben Sanders that will get the credit for the CAK goal. That comes at with 8:11 left in the first period. Jets take a 1-0 lead. Nimick's anything like us. His hands are probably cold and can't feel the puck. Loose now is Allegheny. Now try to take this down in a defensive zone. Try to set it up. Max Campbell, though, with an opportunity to send it back. Got a stick on it. As Emmerling now will have to race down and send this around the boards. He'll get it out to Lucas Black. However, Allegheny now on the rebound, though, with the turnover at the blue line. And Emmerling and Hunka trying to recover it. But the Badgers now with the puck. Emmerling actually reaching, going to send it up the far wall. Black trying to get it out to Hunka, but it's going to be intercepted by Allegheny at center. 7:38 left here in the first period. We're back to 5-on-5. Campbell colliding with Gross. Gross goes down. He'll recover quickly. Puck loose around the net of Nimick. CP working back and forth. Trying to find somebody in the slot, but going to be picked off by Allegheny. Allegheny now going to bring it up the near wall. That's going to be Dibble trying to work around Emmerling. Emmerling on the near wall to our left. We'll get backed up by CP, but Allegheny with the puck. Lucas Black stepping in. He'll take a bump as Dibble will get the puck. And he'll send it far across ice. It'll be Hayburn now from the blue line, trying to work the two blue jerseys, working to the outside, backhands it, pad save. Connor Mulder hugging the post to his right. And the puck will get stuck in the net. We'll get the whistle, 6:47 left. First period, Jets with a 1-0 lead. Draw will come to the right of Connor Mold. Hayburn to take the face off for Allegheny. Sanders for CAK. Down on the corner to the right of Mold. Back and forth. They'll try to get back in the slot, try to feed it to Dibble, but it's going to be swallowed up by Connor Mold. 6:39 left here in the first period. Jets with a 1-0 lead. Nikolov from the far left corner. Try to shoot this one across ice. Get it out to Stashowski. It'll go off his stick. And it'll be Allegheny that'll pick it up. It'll be Horrell that'll work this one around there. And Nikolov from the circle, working to the inside. He'll backhand it. And it'll go off the... Well, so it went off the post. I didn't hear the ding. It's either the greatest or most horrible sound in hockey. Depends on which end you're on. But that'll head up in the net. Clock will stop with 6:18 left. Jets will go for a change. Bell, Everhart, and Benson out for CAK. Barbieri and Hannaberg defensively for the Jets. They'll drop this one to the left of Nimick. Benson attempting the shot off the faceoff. Won't get it. He'll recover it from behind the net. Trying to work around. Looking for Bell in the slot. And it's going to be actually Everhart that he'll hit. Everhart going to go high, though. He'll hit the glass, and it'll be a scramble for it. Allegheny now back into the zone. Barbieri trying to keep it out. And Trice now going D to D. Now back out at center ice. As Compton will chip this one down in the corner. CAK, they're going to return the favor, get it out to Ethan Bell. He tried to quickly turn around and get it out of the zone, but Sylvester kept it in for Allegheny. Tyler Benson trying to get it out of the zone. He'll take a shot from the point. Puck on the ground after it bounced off the CAK netminder. And Bell now around the kick plate. Hannaberg setting it all the way down. And no icing coming up here. CAK will go for a change. Craven, Weaver, and Nicely out with Barbieri and Emmerling now. We'll get the whistle. And icing coming up against Allegheny. 5:12 left here, first period. We'll flip sides of the ice. This one will be dropped to the left of Nemick in the Jets offensive zone. Craven to take the face-off for the Jets. Buck loose here. The Badgers will have it. Bring it out to center ice. It'll be Emmerling taking the angle away as well as Rossi nicely. Dibble tried to pick it up, and they'll send it back out to the point. Gray setting it down there to the corner. CAK returning it. And Gage Weaver had an opportunity to pull it out. Actually, set it down ice. But Dibble now working to the inside, trying to work from the circle to the left of Mold. He'll lose the puck. Craven causing some chaos and causing him to lose the puck. And Ferguson now from the near boards. He'll send this one around Allegheny. Allegheny down in the corner to our left. And a collision there. Puck will come loose. And Justin Gross now trying to do some work nicely. Setting it out to Gage Weaver. Weaver working down the far board. He'll have Craven to his right. Craven into the slot, trying to feed him, but couldn't get a pass off. Too much pressure. Gage Weaver, the junior out of Strasburg High School. Out through center ice, down the near board. And around the kick plate to the far side. Battle down on the far side now, tied up. And Hunka trying to feed it in the slot, tried to get it to Black. Couldn't connect on the pass. And Hunka will go down. Coach Sean Hughes looking for the trip call. He's going to get it. So delayed call here as Allegheny will touch up. 3:40 left here, first period. Badgers will go to the box for 2 minutes. Canton-Akron will go to the power play. Luke Dieter forward for Allegheny. The guilty party. Hunka, Sanders, Black, Barbieri, and Everhart on the power play unit. They'll drop it to the right of Nimick. Out to the point. Black to the far side. He'll go D to Everhart. Everhart from blue line. Going to take the shot. And covered up by Nimick. 7 seconds off of the man advantage for Canton-Akron. 3:32 left in the first period. They'll drop it again to the right of Nimick. As Allegheny tries to clear, they'll head out to the point. Black dropping it down into the circle. And he'll get it back at the blue line. Over to Everhart. Everhart back to Black. Black dropping into the circle, takes a shot, and it's going to go off the right side. Down into the corner and picked up by Allegheny. They're going to try to clear it. Hunka there to keep it in, though. As he'll try to reach and get in. Followed by Barbieri. He'll get 2 or 3 shots. The third one will go up into the netting, and we'll get the whistle. 3:06 left here, first period. 1:27 left on the Canton-Akron power play. As Allegheny will go for a change. They'll drop this one just outside of the Jets zone. Puck settled out to Black. Black getting it down zone. Tried to find Hunka on it. Had 2 Allegheny players there. And Badgers now trying to clear the zone. And they'll get it out to center ice. Everhart there to stop it and set it up. We'll bank it off the boards, but Dibble coming down the boards. Trying for a shorthanded goal, but he'll take a shot for his efforts. He'll get this out to Tyson Hunka. Hunka down the near board. 1 player in front of him. He'll try to jump to the inside, but he'll lose the puck. Turnover. Down and deep into the zone. It'll be Nikolov now. As he works to the inside. Try to work around Hunka, and we're going to have offside as Tyson Hunka cut off Angel Nikolov getting into the zone. And offside is going to be the call against Canton-Akron. 2:27 left here, first period. 48 seconds left on the power play for the Jets. Hunka to take the face off. Black out at center ice. He'll find Everhart. Everhart chipping it down into the corner. Hunka on the chase. Black back out at the blue line. Black going to stop it with his boot. He'll get it to Everhart. Everhart going to take a shot. He'll put this right in the belly of Nick Daniels Nimick. So drop this one to the left of Nimick. As Everhart will work this from the point, drop it into the circle to the near side. He'll work to the inside. Hunka going to take the shot, going to go off the post. High in, but it's going to stay in play. And from the near boards, it will sail all the way down with 1:57 left. We'll get an icing coming up against Allegheny. 17 seconds left on the power play for Canton-Akron. You are not allowed to ice the puck in this tournament when you are on the penalty kill. I think it took a couple of times for us to realize that. So we'll drop this one to the left of Nimick, and he'll head up into the net. We'll do it again with 1:53 left in the first period. Jets with a 1-0 lead. 13 seconds left on the man advantage. Or CAK will drop this out just outside the zone. To our near side here. Hunka. We'll chip this one down low. Nikolov now trying to feed it into the slot. Black keeping it in at the blue line. He'll take the shot. It's going to go high over the cage. Nikolov trying to get it to Everhart. A little bit too much on Everhart. Trying to sweep it over to Barbieri, but way too much on that pass. Black will backhand it to Everhart. He'll be able to set this one up as Allegheny will be back at full strength. 5-on-5 now as Hunka works to the inside. Back out into the zone from behind the net. Hunka trying to take the shot. Couldn't get all of it. And he'll be harassed down in the upper right-hand corner now. And they'll send this one trying to look for Everhart to the near side. Owen Everhart, the senior out of Hoover High School, playing his last couple of weeks here. Shot from the point, going to go wide left by Barbieri. And Allegheny will send this one all the way down. Icing coming up against the Badgers. And both teams going to go for a full line change. 50 seconds left here, first period. Game 4 of the Rochester Presidential Power Play Tournament here in a very cold, windy, and snowy Rochester, New York. To the right of Nemec, Allegheny now on the rush. They'll get it into the zone. Ferguson dropping us down to the boards. Into the corner. Max Campbell trying to send it off the head of Ferguson. Trice going to put a shot on Stashowski. He'll recover quickly. Matinkoski with the puck now. He'll work around the net of Nemec and try to bring it back forward. And it looks like he's going to get a tripping call coming up. Matinkoski went down face first, and who the guilty party was here. Okay, Mario Stashowski will head to the box. There's Dad Jeremy listening in. So Mario will not be playing for the next 2 minutes. All right, draw to the right of Connor Mold. Hunka to take this one against Dieter. On the far left corner, working from behind the goal line. It'll be Dieter again, trying to find an option. He'll have to send out to Dibble. Dibble from behind the net. Trying to feed it in the slot. Connor Mold, though, with the stop. Up the boards, and Black trying to get out of the zone, but we're going to head to the end of the first period here. After one, Canton-Akron with a 1-0 lead over the Allegheny Badgers. We're going to step aside for a timeout. You are listening to Canton-Akron Jets Hockey here on Western Reserve Radio, a part of the iMedia One network.
Passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand score! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. And Torrey Kruger were stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @collegehockey.
Champions of the college hockey world.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Second period action coming up here from the Tim Hortons Iceplex in Rochester, New York. Jets, they head into the second frame with a 1-0 lead over the Allegheny Badgers. Although Jets outshot 13-9. Jets will go with the quality shot, I guess, instead of the quantity. We'll flip sides here as Connor Mold now will be in the net to our right. And Nicholas Daniels Nemec will be in the cage to our left. So Hunka, Black. Barbieri and Hanneberg out for Canton-Akron. 134 left on the penalty to Mario Stashowski. And Hunka through center ice will chip this one down. He'll clear it and give Canton-Akron a chance to buy some time here. Cross ice now. It'll be Dieter. Dieter through center ice with some speed. He'll work past Hunka. Hunka has the angle, though. Hanneberg will tie him up down in the corner, down to our near right. Barbieri on one knee, taking away the path as he'll get back out to the blue line. And Hunka going to clear this one out to center ice. It'll head right towards Nemec. No icing coming up. He'll set it up for Matinkoski, but didn't do a very good job as it sailed back out. And it's going to be Hunka trying to take the shot from his belly. Try to sweep that one. Ferguson now through center ice, though. He'll get it to Dibble. Dibble trying to do some fancy work to the inside. Takes a shot. It's going to go off the back of the boards. I'll go right to the cage. Puck looses it. Dibble will keep this one in, almost like a baseball swing, but kept it in. Is Hunka now through center ice, trying to work through two players, and he'll lose the puck. Turnover. And it'll be Ferguson on his way back down into the offensive zone for Allegheny. He'll get tied up against the board. Puck loose. And now turnover. He'll get the turnover. Tyson Hunka, that is. And an odd, sharp angle shot by the Jets. That was going to be Everhart. Ferguson now working to the inside. To the circle to the right of Connor Mold. Stashowski out of the box. They'll clear the penalty. 12-11. Left here, second period. Jets with a 1-0 score. Honka down the far board, trying to work his way past Horrell. And we're going to get a penalty. Honka's going to go down. Delayed penalty coming up against Allegheny as Hostler trying to keep this one in the zone. Honka from the far board. Along the blue line now, going to chip it down here. And it's going to be Tyler Benson taking a shot. It's going to bounce over Nimick and into the net. Benson with the Jet goal. At 11:44 of the second period gives the Jets a 2-0 lead. Didn't see who got the assist on that one, but Tyler Benson gets the benefit of the bounce. And one of the few rare matchups between Canton-Akron and any of the Pittsburgh teams. As Haber will take the face-off for Allegheny against Everhart. Everhart going to send around the kick plate. 11:38 left. Benson still on the ice here. Everhart from the near side. Trying to work to the inside. Takes a shot. Going to go off the bar. High up, but it'll stay in play. Hayburn now down the far side. Ian Eulis. Couldn't get anything going there, and it'll be Canton-Akron with the turnover. And they'll feed it up the near board. Hostler trying to get it out to Everhart. That'll be Leptak. And we'll send this one back down the ice. It'll be Canton-Akron with the turnover. Now through the neutral zone, and Everhart looking for an option here. He'll get tied up against the board. And Dibble will knock him off the puck. As it'll sail back down in the Jets defensive zone. Ethan Bell bringing it through center ice with some speed. He's got Everhart to his left. Couldn't feed him. Takes a shot. It's going to go off the shoulder of Nimick. No possession. Puck looser now. It's going to be Benson. Benson takes a shot. Glove save by the Badgers. 10:36 left. Second period. 2-0 is the Jet score. As it'll be Weaver nicely and Craven on the ice offensively. Campbell and Emmerling on the back end. For Canton-Akron, will drop this one to the right of Nimick. It'll be Dieter taking the face-off for Allegheny. Craven or CAK. Ferguson now going to win this one. And Emmerling trying to keep it in through center ice. Gage Weaver coming in. Only to not be able to gather that up. Ferguson from the far side will chip this one around the board. Max Campbell tying it up and down in the upper right corner. As they'll sweep this one. Try to sweep it across the crease, but bad angles. Craven now putting some pressure on. Puck loose, and Connor Mold with the save. Mold with a little bit of love tap there. Falls back on his backside. Mold with a good sense of humor. Think he comes by it honestly. Puck dropped to the left of Connor Mold now. One cleanly by Hunka. Hunka trying to bring it up there, but he'll lose it to Mark Gray. Olius going to send this one down. It's going to head up into the rafters, and we'll get the whistle at 9:53. Up on the board left in this second frame. Many of these young men getting ready for lacrosse season as well. As Hunka will take the face-off against Hayburn. They'll win this one. Barbier going to chip it to the board. And back out to center ice. Barbier going to drop this one back to Hanneberg. Hanneberg trying to make it through center ice. Couldn't get it through traffic. And it's going to be Olius with the puck. Shot from the near board. Puck bouncing around and cleared out to center ice by CAK. And we'll get the whistle. This is going to be an offside coming up against Allegheny. 9:23 left here in the second period here on this President's Day. Special edition of Canton-Akron Jets hockey. Game 4 of the Rochester Power Play Tournament weekend. Jets 1-2 on the weekend. Some great competition here with teams from around the Northeast. Puck loose down the near board. Deacon Johnson trying to chase it down. He'll get it past Liptak. And we're going to have an offside. Sanders will send it down, but Deacon Johnson couldn't get out of the zone quick enough. We'll drop it just outside the Jets' offensive zone. 9:17 left here, second period. Jets with a 2-0 lead. Compton down near board trying to backhand it, but he'll only find Hostler. Hostler sending it high in the air. For Sanders. We'll try to send it over, but it's going to be picked up by Gross. Gross down the near side. And CAK with the angle. They'll knock him off the puck, tied up down in the corner. With 8:54, we'll get a whistle. Coming in our blind spot here again. This has been a rough one for us this weekend. As Canton-Akron will go for the change. May have gone up into the netting, not sure. Everhart, Bell, and Benson back on the ice as well as Emmerling. We'll drop it to the left. Connor Mold from the blue line. Liptak dropping it down the boards into the circle. And back around the boards. It'll make it past Tyler Benson back out to center ice. As Aburn sending it down the boards again. And he'll get it returned right back to him. Aburn now going to drop it back to be set up by Horrell. Tyler Benson, though, with the interception. And Everhart had an opportunity, but was knocked off the puck and picked up by Felix Horrell, the defenseman for the Badgers. Devil down the far board. He'll get a stick lifted by Owen Everhart. Puck loose. He'll try to get it up there. Max Campbell sending it out, but it'll be Liptak with the backhand. And we're going to have a Jet player go down. We're going to have a whistle and a penalty coming up against Allegheny. And see if they're going to call it a tripping or a check from behind. Not sure which one it's going to be. But either way, they'll head to the box. 2 minutes. So Allegheny going to the penalty kill again. 8:03 left here, second period. It'll be Benson, Craven, Nikolov, Hanneberg, and Weaver out for CAK. Craven will take the faceoff to the right of Nemec. He'll take this one against Justin Gross. Allegheny, though, trying to send it out. Back out to the blue line. Weaver to Hanneberg. Hanneberg from the circle, taking the shot. Tried a shot over the left shoulder. And another penalty coming up from the far side. Didn't see, and I believe they're going to have Angel Nikolov headed to the box for interference. Interesting call. Seemed to be away from the play, so we're 4-on-4 for the next 1 minute 51. And then Allegheny will go to the power play for 9 seconds. 7:54 left here, second period. A little bit of a different feeling here playing on a Monday morning as opposed to last night. A lot of excitement with the Scarborough Bruins. A lot of penalties. This one will head out to center ice. Ferguson now trying to chase it down against the board. He'll go D to D to the far side. Trice with it. Ethan Bell stepping in to try to take it away. Bell will go down, but he'll recover. Puck still loose and picked up by Justin Gross. Gross will have it knocked away by Bell. Ferguson now with the puck. With some speed into the zone. Takes a shot. Blocker side save by Mold. Gross trying to feed it into the slot. And back out to the blue line for Allegheny. They'll drop it down into the corner. Matinkoski there for Allegheny. However, turned over for Tyson Hunka. Hunka working through the zone. Gets around Matinkoski, but he'll have the puck poked away. He'll feed it across the slot, but the only player there was going to be Caleb Trice for Allegheny. Gross had the puck. Was knocked off it. Hunka recovered it. Hostler now with the puck. Try to keep it in, but he'll go D to D over to Barbieri. Barbieri feeding it to Hostler. Hostler had to drop back a little bit, and he'll reset as Everhart will make his way back to the ice as well. Leading scorer for CAK. Hostler trying to battle his way into the zone. Takes the slap shot. One-timer loose and nobody there for the rebound shot. 6:30 left. First period. We're 4-on-4 for the next 23 seconds. Allegheny will go to the power play for 9 seconds as Gross will send this down the boards to be picked up by CAK. It'll head behind the goal line. We'll get an icing coming up against the Jets. 6:16 left. Here's second period. We are 4-on-4. 22 seconds left on the original penalty to Allegheny. 13 seconds left on the penalty to Angel Nikolov. Excuse me, that's backwards. Although the math ain't mathin'. Drop this one to the left of Mold. Work down into the corner around the boards. And we'll head out to Gray. Gray trying to work down on the boards, trying to get past Everhart. Canton-Akron there. Try to send it around the boards. Looking for Lucas Black, but it'll jump over a stick. And it'll be Gray again from the blue line, getting into the zone for Allegheny. Trying to feed it in the slot. Trying to take the shot. And no rebound. Covered up by Connor Mold. Allegheny with a good look, but even better save by the CAK netminder. Weaver, Craven, nicely. Barbieri and Hannaberg out as we clear all penalties. Craven taking the face off to the left of Mold. He'll take this one against Hayburn. Hayburn with a distinct height advantage there. Tied up down in the far right corner. As Barbieri tried to kick this one out. Dropped out Craven, lifting the stick of Dieter, but he'll be able to recover. And Craven now from behind the net, sending it outside to the boards. And then cross ice as Gage Weaver will try to race Morrell down. Excuse me, Horrell down ice for it. Tied up against the near board to our left. Craven in there scrapping with Allegheny. And Hannaberg up the board to Nicely. Nicely chipping it into the zone, but it'll be Hayburn with possession. And he'll work his way around towards the far board. And down in the upper left-hand corner, Craven there causing a pass maybe that Allegheny didn't want to make. And picked up by Gage Weaver. Weaver on the near board takes a bump from Hayburn. Puck still loose down in the corner, recovered by the Badgers. 4:53 left here in the second period. Jets with a 2-0 lead. Ulias with the puck, tried to get it out of the zone. It'll be backed up by Compton. Compton going to send it all the way down ice. Badgers will go for a partial change. Washington nicely trying to chip in the zone. Took a shot though, went down, still got it in the zone. Shot from the circle by Lucas Black. Save by Nimick. And we're going to have an offside, I believe, coming up against Allegheny. 4:23 left here in the second frame. Jets with the 2-0 lead. Anka taking the face off. Against Justin Gross. Excuse me, that'll be Sylvester for Allegheny. Puck high over. Emmerling tried to bring it down with his glove, but went over his head as Max Campbell now was centered around the kick plate. And he's going to hit Lucas Black on this with some speed. Black working to the inside. Can't get past Trice. And Allegheny now trying to send this back out to center ice. And they will get it out to Luke Dieter. Dieter into the zone. He'll drop it to his left. Shot from the blue line. Bad save by Connor Mold. Luptak now trying to send it down the board. Trying to get it to a fellow Badger there. He'll find Sylvester. Sylvester from the near side. Working around the boards, around the net. Connor Mold puck loose. And it'll be Honka that will send us across ice to Black. Black with CP behind him. He'll take the shot. Go wide right of the cage. Dieter with the puck now down the far side. CP trying to get the angle. He'll redirect the puck and Black will pick it up at center. Black sending it all the way down past the goal line. 3:19 left. It'll be icing coming up against Canton-Akron. Jets will go for a full line change as well Allegheny. And Jets will be back in action next Saturday. A 12 o'clock puck drop at center ice in Jackson Township. Just down the road from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Hopefully it will be warmer. It'll definitely be warmer inside that arena. As we'll drop this one to the left of Mold. Action behind the net. They're trying to feed it across the slot, but couldn't connect on the pass. Allegheny now will reset Gray. Going D-to-D, back in their defensive zone. Try to feed it forward. Dieter there. Couldn't grab onto it. Nikolov now up the boards. Gray there. But it's going to be Deacon Johnson. Feed it over. Trying to get it to Stachowski. Puck still loose. Here's Nikolov. We'll take the slap shot. And it's going to head up into the... Well, I'd call it the heating system, but I don't think it's working. More like the refrigeration unit. You can see the gas pipe's not connected to a few of these. That's not good. 2:53 left here in the second period. Sanders on the ice to take the face off. They'll drop it to the right. Rob Nimick. Deacon Johnson going to win this one. Took the shot and lingered in front of the net. Nobody there for the second shot. Hosser will take the shot. It'll go wide right of the cage around the kick plate. And Julius stepping in, trying to gather it up for Allegheny. Couldn't get to it. And Hostler will chase this one down at center ice. Julius stepping in, though, almost picked this one off. Had an opportunity, but Hostler doing a good job with the back check. Hayberg trying to find a fellow Allegheny player. Nobody there. And now back out to center ice. It'll go off the boot of Julius and back to Ferguson. Ferguson chipping it down into the Badger zone and around the net of Connor Mold. They'll work in the bottom right corner here, getting in our blind spot. As Everhart try to drop this one. Oh, excuse me, that'll be Sanders trying to drop it to Deacon Johnson. Johnson trying to fight through a couple of gray jerseys. Brian Compton will take his time, bank this off the board, try to get it to Dieter. Not a very good pass is Everhart. Now from the far side, he'll get it in the zone, and he'll have it taken away by Dieter. Dieter down the far board. And it'll be Dibble taking a shot from Nikolov. That'll put him off the puck. And Everhart working back to the inside, past Gray. And from the top of the slot, takes a shot. It's going to go off of a shin guard of a Badger player. Everhart working from around the net, looking for somebody in the slot. Nobody there. Puck redirected back behind the net. 1:19 left here, second period. Brian Compton now will shoot this one all the way down. Connor Modal glove saving. He'll send it back out to Benson with 1:07 left. But Benson going to lose this to Sylvester. Sylvester down the near board. Work to the inside. Try to get it to Gross. And didn't connect on the pass. And Canton-Akron now going to be... They're going to say offside. All right. Questionable call there. I don't think Benson made it into the zone before the call was made, but that's why we're on this side of the glass. Rossi. Nicely. Will Craven and Gage Weaver. As well as Hanneberg and Barbieri out for Canton-Akron. Drop this one just outside the Jet zone. And it'll be Ulias that will have this one. He'll try to bring it to the inside. And couldn't work through the three Jets players there. Turnaround shot by Sylvester. It's going to go off the boot of a Canton-Akron player nicely now with some speed. Takes a shot. It's going to go the back of the net. Rossi nicely with the feed from Gage Weaver. Gets the goal. 38 seconds left in the second period. The Jets take a 3-0 lead. I don't think Nimick was expecting that one. Nicely. Looked like he was going to try to work around the Badger player. Instead took the shot right over the shoulder of the Badger netminder. Jets with a 3-0 lead. So Craven to take the face off against Hayburn. Canton-Akron to win this one. They'll chip it down into center ice. As Craven will harass a Badger player with the puck. And that will be Matt Koski. Matt Koski with skates on is about 6'2". Craven with skates on is about 5'9". You can see the difference. And Craven being the pest. And the puck now against the near board. Ferguson working it into the zone. Takes a shot. Blocker side save. Going to go off the glass and up the board as we head to the end of the second period here. 2 periods in the books. Canton-Akron will take a 3-0 lead into the third period. We're going to step aside for a timeout. You're listening to Canton-Akron Jets hockey here on Western Reserve Radio, the 1 Network.
Nina's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
To the stations that are always ahead of the game. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast. Youngstown, Ohio.
We'll flip sides again as Connor Mold will go to our left. However, the Allegheny Badgers will make a change in the net. Cam Farrell will replace it. Nick Daniels-Nimick for the Badgers. Final period of this weekend here on this Monday morning. Happy President's Day to everybody. Shots on goal. Still in favor of Allegheny, 23-18. However, the Jets have gone with the equality theory today, and they have a 3-0 lead. Rossi nicely bearing the most recent one just at the end of the second period. So we see Black, Nikolov, Hostler, and Hunka on the ice for CAK. Nikolov at the forward position right now. Hunka working defensively. Nikolov maybe looking to get some work there. Angel will swing this one around to the boards. Now Allegheny moving right to left. He'll get into the zone. Black taking the angle away. He'll take a sharp angle shot covered up by Mold. 10 seconds into the third period. We'll get the whistle. Drop this one to the left of the Jets. Junior netminder. Hunka from the circle. Taking this one against Hayburn. It'll drift out as Nikolov working around the boards to the near side. Nikolov, he'll lose it. Dibble trying to work to the inside, and it's going to be a save by Mold. He'll knock that one away. 13:38 left here, third period. Jets with a 3-0 lead. Dibble down in the corner, and Hostler will tie him up. As the puck will come loose, Black now sending around the board. Nobody here for CAK on the other side, so Hayburn will take this for Allegheny. Dibble now set. Has Harrell at the top. Tried to swing around to take the shot, but Black and Seepy taking the angles away from him. Nikolov from the bottom left corner, working up ice, trying to send it across. It's going to go off the stick of Ferguson. Tried to get it out to Black, and it'll drift back. In the Allegheny defensive zone, they'll send it across. Hunka now working to the inside. He's going to be tripped up, and no call. He'll recover quickly. Allegheny now trying to set it up from behind the net of Cam Farrow, who just made the change for Allegheny. CP going to drift this one back out to center ice, and it'll be tapped by Hunka back into the Jets zone. We're all down in the corner trying to look for an option here, but all he's going to find is CP. CP, the senior out of South Range, trying to take a shot, couldn't get it. And it'll be Everhart trying to keep it into the zone. Allegheny now. Compton taking the shot. Another save by Connor Mold. 12:14 left here, third period. As Connor Seepy, the senior out of South Range High School, will send this one over to Tyler Benson. And it's going to be a shot on goal. Benson going to bury this one for Canton-Akron. Jets going to take a 4-0 lead. That'll be Tyler Benson's second goal of the day. Benson, the sophomore out of Jackson High School. And we'll go for the change. Everhart and Hayburn for the faceoff. Dibble now trying to work it through center ice. He'll work past Everhart. Dibble trying to work past Ethan Bell. Bell reaching out. He'll try to get into the slot. Covered up by Connor Mold. He'll fall on top of it. Luke Dieter with just a little poke there to remind him he's there. We'll drop it to the left of Mold Everhart. Taking the face off against Hayburn. Allegheny from the blue line. Takes a shot, going to bounce up into the netting. And the clock will stop with 11:48 remaining in the game. Craven, Weaver, and Nicely back on the ice. That line just putting the most recent score in. A little bit of a slow pace here in the third period. This will drop this just outside the Jets' defensive zone. Craven taking the face off against Sylvester. Take the face off in front of the CAK bench. And this one will be won by Allegheny. But Campbell poking it away. As Emmerling sent it around the kick plate. And a shot on goal. Craven stepping in, though. It'll go off his shin guard. And the puck going to drift and pop over the pad of Connor Mold. Craven now chipping it forward, getting out to Nicely. Nicely didn't have the reach, and it'll be Gray who'll redirect it back to center ice. Weaver had it for a moment. Allegheny, they're going to pick it up. They're going to have to wait to reset because Ferguson had nobody else, and he'll chip it down into the corner. As Ulias now with the puck will be tied up on the far board. Working to the inside. Max Campbell there as well as Emmerling. However, Allegheny now from the slot, taking the shot, going to go high over Sylvester with the attempt. And it'll go into the netting, 10:59 left third period. Jets with a 4-0 lead. Trying to get this last win to take back to Ohio. Only one game for the Canton-Akron Jets next Saturday. That'll be a 12 o'clock puck drop. We'll head down into the corner. Hostler chipping it up off the boards, trying to get it out to Sanders. Actually picked up by Deacon Johnson. Johnson down the far board, chased by Dieter. He'll be content to chip this down behind the goal line. And no battle in the corner. Dieter, he'll end up with it. And trying to work his way out to the blue line. Kept in by Nikolov. However, drift out to center ice now. Nikolov with Hostler. Cross ice. Tried to hit Stashowski, actually, but he took an elbow to the jaw from Matonsky. Matankowski, excuse me. Sanders chipping it down the board, keeping it into the zone. And Matankowski sending it back around to Hostler. Hostler couldn't keep it in. And they'll reset as he'll drop it to Nikolov. Nikolov trying to work around Compton. And Stashowski trying to get it into the zone. It'll be popped back out to the red line. Hostler will set it up for Canton-Akron. Unfortunately, it will head all the way down. No icing. Looked like it went off the stick of an Allegheny player. Canton-Akron going for the change. And it'll be Dibble working through two players. Takes a shot. It's going to go wide left. CP setting it up for Lucas Black. Black with some speed. Trying to work through two players. And almost was able to backhand that one in. All tied up against the boards. Shot from Nikolov right into the belly of Cam Farrow. 9:27 left in the game. Canton-Akron with a 4-0 lead over the Allegheny Badgers. Badgers came into the weekend at 27-3-1. So far, good performance here is Lucas Black's going to head to the box. We didn't catch the call on that, but it came well after the play. So 9:27 left here, third period. Allegheny will go to the power play. They'll drop it to the left of Connor Mold. Everhart with the face-off. He'll push this one out to center ice. Ferguson now. Matankowski trying to get back through center ice. He'll drift down behind Connor Mold. Allegheny trying to get the Dibble in the slot. Couldn't connect on it. Everhart now with some speed, trying to work through two Allegheny players. Had an opportunity, but it'll sail down behind the net of Farrell. They'll tie it up behind there. We have 8:55 left here in the game. 1:28 left on the penalty to Lucas Black. Tied up behind the net. CAK content to take the time there. Ethan Bell reaching in there, keeping it into the zone. Good effort by Ethan Bell, the sophomore out of Jackson High School as well. And it'll be Gross with the puck. He'll be knocked off by Bell. And Hannenberg will send it around the plate. Back out to the blue line. No possession here. Puck hanging out there. It'll be picked up now by Jackson Hayburn. Hayburn with a sharp angle shot. No chance on that one. Ethan Bell working down with some effort. Tried to send it across to his partner, but Eberhardt couldn't get it. And now Allegheny from behind the line. One behind Connor Mold. Working down into the corner. Trice takes a shot. Stick save. Pushed up into the netting. And we'll get the whistle with 7:51 left in the game. 24 seconds left on the man advantage for Allegheny. Draw to come to the right of the Jets, Connor Mold. Tyson Hunka going to take this one against Dieter. Dieter, the forward for Allegheny. It'll sell out. Horrell now trying to get it to Dibble. Hunka, though, going to send this one up into the rafters. And clock will stop with 7:42 left to play and 16 seconds left on the penalty kill for the Canton-Akron Jets. Tyson Hunka and Luke Dieter for the draw. Down in the corner, no possession yet. Hostler trying to step in to tie it up for a little bit. And this one will sail all the way down. And I believe they're going to call icing against Canton-Akron. 3 seconds left on the power play for Allegheny. Lucas Black trying to sneak out of the box. He was hoping that puck would go a little bit slower. But he'll have to wait 3 more seconds. Draw to the left of Connor Mold, and we'll get a whistle. 7:26 left here. That'll clear the penalty for Lucas Black. As Black, Hunka, Hostler, Seepy, and Nikolov will be on the ice for Canton-Akron. We'll drop it to the right of Farrell. World trying to work this up the near board. Back to the inside for the Badgers. And a contact as Hostler will knock Gross off the puck. Grosso taking the shot high over the cage. 7:08 left here in the game. Puck tied up on the far board. As Allegheny trying to put something together here. And a slow shot coming in for Connor Moldo. Crowd around him. He'll cover it up. 6:56 left in the game. Jets with a 4-0 lead. Line change coming up for Canton-Akron. Craven, Weaver, and Nicely. Craven to take the face-off against Justin Gross. Shot from the circle. And Weaver trying to get it past Matt Koski, though. Matt Koski setting it across ice. Looking for Brendan Leptak. Nicely going to send this all the way down. No icing coming up. Made it across the red line. And from behind the net of Farrell to be Gage Weaver getting knocked off. Although he'll recover. He'll get it back out to the blue line. It'll head past Emmerling. And Max Campbell will backhand this one. And it'll be chipped up into the Canton-Akron bench. Coach Sean Houston gives the field goal signal. 6:12 left here as the clock continues to run. We don't know if that's going to be a clock error. It'll stop with 6:05 now. We're not complaining. Dieter now trying to work down the board. He'll take a push from behind by Craven. No call. Craven may have gotten away with that one, and an offside call. It is so cold in here. Indeed, maybe her digits aren't working fast enough. CAK with the win on this one. Campbell trying to get it through center ice. Hayburn will be the only one there for Allegheny, though. Dieter trying to work through center ice, trying to work past Campbell. Campbell going to be able to reach in and pull that away. However, Hayburn try to backhand one in for Allegheny, who couldn't get past nicely. Puck will sail down there, and it'll be Matt Koski that will chase this one down all the way to the other end. Craven there as well. Craven with the contact and send somebody down from behind. And Craven working it off the boards. He'll get it out to Sylvester. Sylvester trying to work it into the zone. Craven, though, again, going to recover and make Ferguson take a shot. Couldn't get the angle that he wanted, but it'll sail out to Deacon Johnson. Badgers with possession, though. Now it'll be Sanders reaching in, trying to keep it into the zone. Craven as well. Campbell trying to take the lane away from Tom Ferguson. Dibble from the far board. Took a shot, but maintains possession. Actually, he'll lose it now. As Gavin Emmerling down the near boards. He'll get past Dibble. Got Stashowski to his left, but couldn't get a pass off there. Finally gets it off. Loose in front of the net. Stashowski can't cash in on it. Emmerling taking a shot from the blue line, but it won't make it through all the traffic. Allegheny will bring it through center ice. And Dibble from to the right of Connor Mold. You'll have to work back to the top because too many blue jerseys there for him. Sharp angle shot here and a slow one. Easy save by Connor Mold. 4:20 left in the game here. Jets with a 4-0 lead. Scoring in all three periods today would be Sanders, Benson nicely, and then Benson adding a second one in the third period for the Jets. Although Canton-Akron being outshot. Eberhardt on the rush. But he'll lose it. Sylvester will pick it up and chip it up the board. He'll try to get it to Gross, but Barbieri will sweep this one around and go high off the glass. Eberhardt getting it to Bell. Bell to the inside. He'll work outside, takes a shot, going to go high over the cage into the corner. And now it'll be Dieter with the puck. He'll lose it, though, as Eberhardt kept it in the zone, takes a shot, and it lingers in front of the net, and no rebound shot. Puck's going to sail down, picked up by Hanneberg. Hanneberg in no rush here, 3:38 left. He'll push it forward. Icing coming up against Canton-Akron. Cold enough in here now. I see Sean Houston with his hood up on his coat. Yeah, but you have a headset on, so your ears are warm.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Fine line between dedication and insanity. Onko taking the face off to the left of Connor Mold. Dieter back and forth. As Nikolov will cause a disruption here. Puck will come loose. And it'll be Seepy feeding Black. Black into the zone. You'll have to slow down and try to find somebody else. But Allegheny now with the turnover. And down the near board. But Allegheny not able to put anything together here. Passing, it seems like their timing is off. And Hunka with it, he'll lose it as well. So it's been back and forth here in the neutral zone as Dibble now trying to work around Lucas Black. Black able to redirect the puck. He'll get it over to Seepy. Seepy down the boards. He'll get it to Hunka. Hunka trying to work into the slot, looking for Lucas Black. Pass too far behind him, though. And Allegheny now into the zone. Ferguson tried to get past Nikolov, but you'll have to get the rebound shot. Black going to give a shot to Ferguson, and the puck could end up in the net. We'll get the whistle. 2:29 left here in this weekend. Craven Weaver nicely. Campbell and Barbieri. Excuse me, that's going to be Emmerling out for Canton-Akron. Gross and Craven for the faceoff. Actually, Gross going to head to the bench. Hayburn going to step in the circle to the right of Mold. CAK going to win this one. Campbell sending it out, but Trice is there. And Craven going to step in. He disrupted it, but puck went to Hayburn. And Matt Koski now working it back behind the goal line. Campbell sending it up ice. Trice there. And Craven stepping up nicely as well. And they're going to force Allegheny to just chip this down into the zone as Emmerling will try to send it back out. Craven trying to chase this one down, but Pass too far in front of him. And they'll sail back behind Connor Mold, where Max Campbell will send it around the Rossi nicely. Nicely, the sophomore out of North Canton High School with a goal earlier. Allegheny now working it back into the zone. Gross chipping it in, but Emmerling sending across ice. He'll get it out to nicely with a nice job stopping. It would be great with a cross ice pass to Weaver. Weaver couldn't get the shot off. Trice was right there. Puck high over the net and into the netting. Clock will stop with 1:17 left in the game. Relatively uneventful third period here. I don't know. I kind of like that game. Yeah, I like the excitement. I mean, didn't like the score, but Caitlin documented all 50 minutes of penalties. Impressive. All right, shot on goal. Be stick saved by Connor Mold. He'll just shift it behind the net. Let the clock run down. Hindenburg will send around a kick play. Stashowski now trying to race more Harrell down the boards. He'll lose that race. Under a minute to play here in Rochester, New York. Game 4 of the Rochester Presidential Power Play weekend. And a shot from the slot by Deacon Johnson, but it's going to go wide right of the cage. And we have less than 40 seconds to play here in Game 4 of the weekend. As the Jets look like they will get out with a 2-2 record this weekend and head back home to prepare for the Cincinnati U18 team next Saturday. 12 o'clock puck drop. We'll go on the air right around 11:45. Feed into the slot. And nothing there. Compton for Allegheny now trying to make an air, trying to get on the scoreboard. And Sylvester takes a shot. Going to go off the shin pad of Hanneberg. Redirected out with 7 seconds left in the game. And Sanders just going to chip this out to center ice. Dieter will have it, but that will bring us to the end of this weekend. Canton-Akron Jets, they get the 4-0 win over the Allegheny Badgers. And for the junior netminder, Connor Mold, it will be his 13th shutout of the year. And it comes against a very quality Allegheny Badgers team. We're going to step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll give you a few of the numbers, and then we will wrap it up. From Rochester, New York, you're listening to Canton-Akron Jets Hockey here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
Passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand scores! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. And Torrey Krug were stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @collegehockey.
Champions of the college hockey world.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem Sports Talk is on the iMedia One Network. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast.
Back here one last time as we wrap it up from Rochester, New York. Canton-Akron Jets, they get the 4-0 win over the Allegheny Badgers. Scoring went like this. It started in the first period as the Canton-Akron Jets would convert on the power play. 8:11 left in that first frame. Ben Sanders would bury one to give the Jets the 1-0 lead. Second period action with 11:44 left. On the delayed penalty, Tyler Benson would find the back of the net. He would give the Jets a 2-0 lead, followed up with just 38 seconds left in that second frame. Rossi nicely from the blue line takes a shot. It goes over the shoulder of Nick Nemec. And he gives the Jets the 3-0 lead. And finally, with 12:05 left in the third period, Tyler Benson gets his second goal of the day. And that was your final. The Jets shut out the Allegheny Badgers by a score of 4-0. Only 3 penalties for Canton-Akron, which is a complete reversal from yesterday where they had 22 minutes. So 6 minutes, we'll call that an improvement. And for Allegheny also 6 minutes in penalties. So a relatively well-played game by both teams. Shots on goal, 34 for Allegheny, 23 for Canton-Akron. It would be Daniels that would give up 3 of the 4 goals. And Farrell would give up 1 towards the end there. Connor Mold would stop all 34 shots. Again, getting his 13th shutout of the season, having an outstanding year and starting every game here for the Canton-Akron Jets here in 2024-2025. Again, the Jets will be back on the ice next Saturday at 12 o'clock. They'll take on the Cincinnati U18 team. Puck drop scheduled for 12 o'clock. We'll try to go on the air right around 11:45, give or take a few minutes. And we encourage you to stay tuned to all of our social medias. We keep you updated as we get ready to wind down this Canton-Akron Jets season. They will participate in the Buckeye Cup in a couple of weeks for a chance to go play at the national level. Youngstown Phantoms, again, they get to win last night in a shootout. They knock off the Chicago Steel by a score of 2-1. They get the sweep as well. Make sure you go and check out the schedule for the Youngstown Phantoms. Plenty of great seats still available as they battle for a playoff spot in the USHL. Call 330-747-PUCK, 330-747-7825. For Caitlin Mold, I'm Jim Craven. Thanks for joining us here from Rochester, New York. Your score one last time. Canton-Akron Jets, they wind down the weekend with a 4-0 win over the Allegheny Badgers. We hope everybody has a warm week.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of Western Reserve Radio. And we now return to our regularly scheduled programming.
16 attempts per game. It's the low mark in the conference. Houston Christians giving up the low mark in the conference, 17 attempts per game. So you're dealing with a massive number here. You see on your